Is Team Polymega teasing us? I think so. What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Haywood here for Bacon Ice Cream Productions and Team RTFC, welcoming you to yet another episode of the Good Times Newsline Flashcast. Yeah, that's right. That's right. We are here with a really brief message on this Flashcast today. It is indeed a Polymega news update, but it's not necessarily like a really big news update. It's just that Team Polymega has decided to, for lack of a better term, they just decided to tease us. Let's take a look. Here we are on the X.com website, the Twitters. Polymega at Polymega HQ. Say hello to our little friends. That's 123 GC01 controllers that we're looking at. That is what's called the retro gun controller, or the light gun controller for the Polymega. They're on a desk somewhere. So I'm imagining that there's enough of them that they're going into boxes, and that means that there will be shipping notifications at some point soon for these things. As we speak, I have not gotten any of these kind of things. So no notifications of any kind from Team Polymega or Play Magi about my particular order. Although actually, it was a Christmas present, so I might actually not get the notification since I didn't place the order. So maybe there's going to be an inbox notification at some point, but it seems a little. This one, I like it. I like the fact that, hey, they're showing the picture and they exist, and that is a good thing. But it would have been cool if it's like, hey, say hello to the little friends, ... They're coming soon. We're packing boxes right now. Look, check for your email next week for shipping notifications or something like that. In the post, just, or reply, pin reply to the post. And if you go into the post itself, like there's like not a lot of other news other than people, talking about stuff. So that's kind of cool, but there's no like, other notification, right? No other meaning. Again, I'm a fan of this kind of marketing. It's one of those things where it's like, it's cool. It builds hype. People get excited, but people have been waiting for these things for a really, really, really long time. So like, I think for this particular moment in this particular time, it'd be really awesome if they could just be like, I don't know, it maybe if it's even tomorrow, maybe it will be tomorrow. Who knows? They'll be like, hey, check your email. We're getting them in boxes. But above and beyond everything, it's good to know that, these things exist and they're there. So at least that's an update. It is something. It's not nothing, right? It's not an absolute nothing. We're not done yet, though, with the Polymega news updating. So there was a update on, I think, timeframes as far as this is concerned, and other things are concerned, on the polymega.com/pages/shipping website. So let's go ahead and check that out, because I think that's actually kind of cool to look at. So there's the thing. They said the just announced EM6 Pro module set shipping status here, now in stock. All these things are now in stock: EM1, EM2, EM4, whatever. RC, all the controllers. So 5 module sets, not the 6th, and 5 controllers that go with the 5 modules. Again, not the 6th, and the WCO2 wireless controller. Right? It says Polymega Collection games availability are visible per game in the game shop. So I'm imagining if they sell out, they're going to tell you that. But then it says upcoming. All right, upcoming GC01 gun controller release Q2 2025. So is that now a new updated release date? I think so, because I didn't see this page before. So it could be a hint that they're actually coming. They're imminent. It also says PM01 base unit and deluxe bundles restock Q2 2025. So That's also cool. So what's quarter two 2025 to the business person? Well, quarter two 2025 spans the months of April, May, and June. The second quarter of the year generally refers to the period from April 1st to June 30th. So let's just say it's May 28th as the recording of this video. Hey, it could be at the very imminent stages, the next couple weeks even, that the controllers get released and sent out, and the base unit and bundles get restocked. It's very encouraging to see that someone at Team Polymega has a bunch of these gun controllers, and they are taking pictures of them, because that means that they're already in. They're not waiting for shipment from overseas. That means they have them, which means they also might have a pallet full of base unit and deluxe bundles. So that's very encouraging too. I didn't obviously see those things. There's also a note that says current U.S. administration trade policy changes current U.S. administration trade policy changes frequently, and such changes may directly or indirectly impact cost and availability of our products globally. So this note here also might be telling a little bit of the reason why we're not necessarily getting 9 and 10 Polymega collections 9 and 10 as early as we would like to. Maybe there was a delay. People online were speculating it was because of these little guys, the pins that go in there, because they're manufactured outside of the United States, whereas the box and the disc themselves are manufactured inside the United States. But even more beneficial to know, this page was updated last on May 2nd, 2025. Now, this page is going to go on one of my lists in my bookmarks. So I will continue to update this and look at it from time to time just to see if there's any changes, because, well, that's a very important piece of information to know, whether or not we have the ability to check up on these guys and see things. Because sometimes they say things online, like these little teases. Sometimes they directly announce things, and sometimes they don't. So very interesting stuff, and I like it. I like the fact that we're getting a little more wheel turn, and I'm very interested in getting those in my hands. That GCO1, I want it in my hands so I can test out some awesome stuff. Play some Die Hard Trilogy, play some Elemental Gearbolt if I can get a hand on one of those copies for less than my arm, because I loved that game. I got it day one, and I don't know why. Well, I know why it's not there anymore. That's another story. Why it's not around anymore. But there's tons of crazy cool games we can get, like Point Blank and Time Crisis and all sorts of fun stuff. So House of the Dead, we could be playing all sorts of cool stuff. I think there's a lot of stuff. A lot of those games came out on PlayStation, I'm pretty sure. At least 3 of the 4 I just mentioned were on PlayStation 1. And then, of course, there's all the cool light gun games on NES. Get some Hogan's Alley, get some Duck Hunt. There's another new game coming out, actually, that's a light gun game and a dual game. It's kind of cool. We're going to check that out, too, hopefully. It's on a Kickstarter right now. I might actually throw a link in the description below if you want to go check that out. It's called Mavericks Baghdad Extraction. It's kind of a cool, top-down Zelda-like. And it's actually got a light gun thing in it, and it's for NES. So that means as long as the Polymega module will listen to it when I plug it in, we can put that in there and play with the NES controller, and then put that down and pick up the GCO1 and then blast away. Could be kind of cool. So we'll see what happens. So anyway, enough about that. We got to get out of here because I got to do another Newsline right after this, because I don't know, Evercade's messing around with stuff. So how about that? Before we get out of here, let's go ahead and do the thing that we always do, and that's thank every single member of, you guessed it, the Good Times Club. So let's do that right now. Let's thank the EverCanadian, Crimson Cross, George Games, Kirsch Westerman, Phantom Fiction, Lloyd Gem, Papa Pete, the Intellivision Gamer, Ken LaCure, Mr. Shua, John Willig, Gunsy20, Herb Wars, DF, Joe Whitlash, David Valdez, Dan Nastic, Dr. Mark Mad Scientist, Alex Root, Immortal Sojourn, and the Atari Creep. thanks, guys. Thank you guys all so much. Thank you for your support of 1080p StreamYard glory. Not only on this channel, but Ed's channel, the Evercade Effect, and the Evercast, and calling on retro gamers. Yes, somebody's got to throw something at my screen and it'll smack me in the face. I do have a video, and I just haven't gotten the time to just sit down and do the thing. But something will be on calling on retro gamers very soon, and we're gonna probably see if we can try to kick that up a notch. But all this news, we've been talking about news. I mean, I'm dying to play games, but the news just keeps coming. I gotta do it. I gotta do some more stuff. And there'll be a Newsline right after this, and it's going to be Evercade related. So if you don't like Evercade stuff, you don't have to watch that. But tune in more for Polymega stuff, because I'll be keeping an eye on this GCO1 situation, because maybe we'll finally get it all in, and then everyone will be fine, and then man, we'll be playing some games, and that'd be great. So, oh yeah, I mean, we got to look for shipping notifications for Polymega Collection 9 and 10 too. So I'll be back when that happens too. So with all that being said, we'll catch you next time. For some good times, I'm Rich. We'll see you later. Take it easy, guys.
RTFC.baconicecream.com